program. For the first time, the founder and also of Legacy and Educational Foundation of the Cesar E. Chavez Legacy and Educational Foundation, ladies and gentlemen, the CEO and founder, Jaime P. Martínez. Mr. Jaime Martínez, welcome, bienvenido al programa. Es un gran orgullo para nosotros tenerlo aquí.
Buenos días, Mr. Martinez. It's an honor for me to be here in Del Rio. I'm no stranger to Del Rio. I lived on Gillis Street many years ago.
Really?
When
What year was that?
Well, that was in the 50s. I lived here with my father and my stepmother, and we lived on Gillis, and I used to come swim there at Big Bend and collect golf balls for a nickel. And I was just reminiscing a while ago while I was driving into Del Rio, where I cut my left leg. I was barefoot, and I was running down to Big Bend to swim one summer. And, I had good memories here in Del Rio. Then I went back to San Antonio. But it brings memories of this beautiful town here. We used to go to the drive-in outside here, right here in Del Rio, next to the Big Bend.
Sí.
And then across the border in Vicuña, where I bought my first wallet.
What a great memory!
Yes,
what a great memory!
Yes, but I'm honored to be here, and I'd like to thank you and your radio station, 1490, for being with us in Washington, D.C. Last week at the United States Capitol, and also for your coverage of, we had about 5 Congress people there talking about immigration reform.
It was great. It was a great time that we had over there, and we really appreciate you to introduce us to all those people in Washington, all the congressmen. I mean, we were a couple of days there through the halls of the offices of different congressmen. And I know that you're the founder of the Legacy and Educational Foundation of Cesar E. Chavez. You've been an advocate. You've been very active with this particular foundation of what Cesar Chavez left us. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about the work that you have done for the Cesar E. Chavez Foundation.
Well, Cesar Chavez, to the world, Cesar Chavez will always be known as a labor leader who organized the California Farm Workers, the National Farm Workers Association, which later became the United Farm Workers of America, alongside Dolores Huerta, who is going to be with me next week in my office, Friday, September 28th. She's coming for a Democratic function, but she will visit our center. And during all that time, Cesar Chavez and Dolores, against tremendous odds, formed an organization that helped the forgotten people, the poorest of the poor, the farm workers working in the fields in California. He will be remembered for his commitment to nonviolence. And I met him at a very young age. In 1968, I was working in a factory, a union factory at Frederick Refrigeration, and I was the chief steward. It's like the head lawyer who represented workers in the collective bargaining processes, and also in grievance handling of the workers there at the factory. And in 1969, I was in my office there where we have now the Cesar Chavez Legacy and Educational Foundation Service Center. Somebody brought me a magazine, the Time magazine. It was July the 4th, and the front page of the magazine was a picture of Cesar Chavez, and with a quotation, "Mexican Americans on the march." Back then, politicians were invisible. Raza, Latino, we were not very prominent in political positions.
Exactly. And they probably would say, well, this guy, what is this group coming from California? What these guys are doing now?